Fellow Nigerians, before I say what I want to say now, I will respectfully ask that we observe a moment of silence in honor of our Nigerian soldiers and police officers that have been killed in recent time. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Amen. Anybody that lays down his or her life to protect our country, Nigeria, must be respected. That is why we appreciate the role that Nigerian soldiers, police officers, and other security agencies play in our lives. Sadly, how these law enforcement officers behave against citizens of Nigeria is very disturbing and, to say the least, pathetic. If you are wearing uniform and carrying guns bought with the money of taxpayers, but you oppress any Nigerian, that is how an officer like you will oppress another Nigerian who may be a member of your family or your friend. Whatever goes around comes around. I am not a soldier. I am a military scientist. I am a civilian with the heart of a disciplined soldier. My colleagues are professional soldiers, but I have training in war and peace management. I know soldiering. Today, I am standing here to respectfully address Nigerian security agencies, especially Nigerian soldiers and police officers. Good leaders bring about good governance. For good leaders to come into office, the election must be free and fair. Once you miss the election, you miss good governance. Today, Nigeria continues to have bad leaders in office, and there is hardship in Nigeria because our soldiers and police officers have supported the rigging of elections and scared Nigerians from voting. You scared voters by shooting in Osun State. Who pays for those bullets? Who are the enemies and criminals who are shooting at? And Nigerian streets, Sambisa Forest? Is the hardship in Nigeria not affecting you also? Today we are all suffering because you protected our oppressors. Did you not see soldiers who were demonstrating and shooting in Borno State just because their salaries were delayed? Who delayed their salaries? The same oppressors that you protect, the same politicians you escort, the same politicians whose wives you carry their handbags in the marketplace. During election, it is your duty to be disciplined and to protect Nigerians and the ballot boxes. How much are you given to keep quiet when thugs are snatching ballot boxes? Why do you look away when ballot boxes are being stuffed by desperate politicians between police stations and the collation centers? Your boss will collect huge amounts of money as bribe from desperate politicians, and they give you something very little just for you to sell your conscience. Does that make sense to you? At the governorship election of 2014 in Ekiti State, your boss, Brigadier General Liu Momo, was used in rigging the election. Ayo Fayose came into office and loudmouthedly wasted the resources of the state. He left office owing salaries for several months and left Ekiti State with a debt of 120 billion naira. Some of you soldiers and police officers are from Ekiti State. The young generation and unborn children of Ekiti State will pay that debt. Children of soldiers will pay. Children of police officers will pay from that same debt because you protected your oppressors and continue to oppress your friends. Former security advisor to Jonathan Goodluck, retired Colonel Sambo Dasuki, and former Minister of State for Defense, Masiluyo Banikoro, diverted money meant to buy ammunition for you. Today, we can no longer count how many Nigerian soldiers and police officers have been killed in Borno State and other parts of Nigeria because Boko Haram and the murderous herdsmen have more superior ammunition than you. You are disgracing your job. whenever you use your uniform to breach the constitution of Nigeria by oppressing and terrorizing Nigerians. Instead of supporting Nigerians to vote in good leaders, you are there intimidating them not to vote. Are you not equally suffering now? About 50 police officers were reportedly killed in Zamfara, though the police claimed that it was just 16. And President Buhari was busy paying tributes to Holocaust victims in Poland. Good as the gesture in Poland may be, some presidents will return home immediately, suspend all their programs because of such a news. Over 100 soldiers were reportedly killed in Borno State, and things started going on normally in Nigeria as if nothing happened. Their corpses spent days on the ground before they were picked up. All of you are supposed to be on full insurance with regular training and retraining to meet up with modern trends and good practices. But the system is keeping your funds. Yet, you protect your oppressors and oppressed Nigerians who are supposed to be your friends. It is not your job to disrupt the protest of the Nigerian Labour Congress or other Nigerians when they demand for their rights. Yet, you did not obstruct the inconsequential group that recently protested to the US Embassy because of Atiku's visa, because APC was their paymaster. The role of the Nigerian soldier and police officers, according to our constitution, is to clearly maintain peace and order and to protect our external borders, not to oppress or kill fellow Nigerians because a driver did not give 50 naira bribe or a Nigerian drove too close to your vehicle. You must stop terrorizing Nigerians, and you must stop treating all Nigerians like suspects. You protect your oppressors and oppressors' friends. And when police officers are being killed, no politicians, the politicians you protect, none of them ever suggested that we must fly the Nigerian flag half-mast or to observe a moment of silence in honor of your colleagues, our fallen heroes. President Buhari told Donald Trump that people who come into Nigeria to kill are terrorists trained by the late Gaddafi of Libya. By implication, Buhari was simply saying that Nigerian soldiers and immigration officers are too weak at protecting our national borders. If Buhari, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, a retired army general, cannot protect Nigerians when there is no war, it means that he cannot protect Nigerians where there is war. It also means that he cannot lead our country into development because no country can develop in insecurity. Today, Buhari's legacy of mass graves dot our national geographical landscape like new cemeteries here and there. Since January 2018, over 6,500 Nigerians, including soldiers and police officers, have been killed within the territory of Nigeria. Reportedly, 100 soldiers were buried privately. Why? So that the Nigerian people and other soldiers do not know the number of those that were killed. Soldiers that we are supposed to honor. Why did you not give private burials to Nigerians that were killed in Yobe, Kaduna, Benue, Zamfara, and many other places? God gave Buhari to us so that we can learn bitter lessons. Now that we have learned, we must either remain stupid forever or be wise to decide what we want in the 2019 elections. Nigeria has never been this bad. Even if all the witches and wizards in your family are worrying you, will you open your eyes, crow like this, and vote for such persons like Buhari again? No! Which normal person will do that? Some of you have family members and friends that have been killed in Plateau, Yobe, Taraba, Damawa, Delta, Edo, Kano, Kaduna, many other places by gunmen, herdsmen, suicide bombers, because our government was unable to provide security. How could you forget? How could you forget? How? Take orders from your boss, but the law does not allow you to take orders that will endanger the lives of Nigerians. Stop allowing corrupt politicians to use you against the rest of us. You are not tools. Fela and Nikolapo called you zombies. You must stop behaving like zombies. The Nigerian soldiers and Nigerian police officers must stop behaving like zombies. The Constitution of Nigeria did not configure you to be zombies. You must know that you carry the authority of government. You carry the badge of government. We need a president in 2019 that will improve our welfare and general security. You don't need to be told that the APC and PDP politicians you have been working for have failed us. They have failed. You have spent the last bribe you received to disrupt or rig an election. But has it improved your life? Has it given you stable electricity, water, good roads, and general welfare? Many widows are living in the police and army barracks today because the system you are protecting allowed their husbands, our brothers, to be killed in the course of duty. And you know, it usually takes a long time for compensations and gratuities to be paid to such families, but you keep protecting the same evil politicians that have no regard for you. Now, who do not like that, sir? When voting is going on in developed countries, you will not even know that elections are going on. There are no tensions on the street. No police roadblock. No curfew. No telling people not to move. What for? That is what we call civilization. And that is the level we must attain as a country. We that are living abroad are very angry about what is going on in our country, Nigeria. That is why many Nigerians are coming home now to contest elections, because they have seen the differences between our country, Nigeria, and developed countries. We have more resources than many of the so-called developed countries. Now, Omoyele Sowore, the courageous publisher of Sahara Reporters, has left his comfort in the United States of America to contest the presidency of Nigeria. Nigerians abroad have endorsed him as our preferred candidate after he won our online election. He's the only aspirant that has promised to make living wage 100,000 naira. It means that, like other Nigerians, the standard of life for our Nigerian soldiers and police officers will be greatly improved. And they will no longer be thinking of collecting bribe, oppressing Nigerians, or being used to rig our elections. That is why we must all vote Omoyele Sowore of the African National Congress, AAC, as the next president of Nigeria. The logo of their party is the hand. Buhari copied this idea and recently increased your salaries, but APC and PDP have taken us nowhere since 1999, and they cannot take us anywhere today or tomorrow. Understand that some of us that are campaigning for Sowore now, we are not members of Showore's political party, AAC. I'm not a member of his party. And Sowore is not paying us. He cannot even pay us. But we know that in him lies the freedom of our country, Nigeria. And that is why we are supporting him. If Sowore becomes our president, the cleansing of Nigeria will be so deep that even Nigerians will know who killed Dele Giwa. Nigerians will know who killed Bola Ige and many others. We shall begin to enjoy life as we are destined to enjoy as a people. When people hear that Sowore will pay 100K as minimum wage, they shout and they doubt. But Sowore has converted it into dollars and found out that it's about $280, which is nothing. No worker earns $280 in the US in a month. Sowore knows that with our huge national resources and human resources and his plan to practically digitalize the fight against corruption, boost agriculture, production, and manufacturing, we can achieve that. If we make the mistake of voting for old politicians, they will only expand their business empires, use our country to borrow more money, and get us into more debt and poverty, while our soldiers and officers will continue to be poorly equipped and work under dangerous conditions. President Buhari refused to attend the burial ceremony of our gallant soldiers that were killed, but he was in Abuja there. hosting Nollywood artists because he needs them for his political campaign. He values power more than our people, more than the lives of Nigerians. Does it take interest in the blood of our soldiers? In France, the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, attended the burial ceremony of one police officer. One. No. We cannot continue like that. Collectively, we must say no. Look at our senators that you are escorting, for example. Each Nigerian senator mischievously earn more than the American president. They even earn more than any European president. Nigerian senators. Thieves who sponsor thieves. The monthly salary of a Nigerian senator is more than the salary of 612 private in the Nigerian army. The salary of a Nigerian army general is 1.5 million naira monthly. A senator's monthly income can pay the salary of 20 army generals in a month. A senator's salary can pay 697 police constables. A senator's monthly income of 30 billion naira can pay 15 inspector generals. Now you see why senators don't respect your God. These are illegal income appropriated by the senators for themselves. Instead of addressing those serious issues, you are there busy shooting to scare Nigerians from changing the system that has made you and I poor. You are there tear gassing Nigerians for pasting posters to change the system. You are there busy forcing Nigerians to do frog jump. You are there busy obstructing justice and justified protest marches. You are there beating Nigerians on the streets at the slightest provocation. For how long will you continue to protect your oppressors while you oppress your friends? That is why we are saying that Nigerians must be ready to scrap the Nigerian Senate in the 2019 election. If they give you ballot paper to vote for a senator, simply thumbprint in many places so that the vote will be invalid. Without a valid vote, there will be no valid results. And without valid results, there will be no senators. This is revolution without ammunition. Creative militancy. That is what we need now. This is a time for holy anger. Enough is enough. We have endured enough as a people. Why must our officers be looking away when election is being rigged? Why? Election is the soul of the country. The Obanikoro you were escorted with the money meant for buying ammunition for you has crossed to APC so that they will free him while our soldiers and police officers are dying. The APC has given Obanikoro's son, Ibrahim Babajide Obanikoro, the APC ticket to contest for the House of Representatives in Etiosa constituency of Lagos State. Nigeria is now a family farm. You will protect his father and you will protect the son. You will protect Obasanjo and protect his grandson. You will protect Atiku and protect his grandson. Because Nigeria is a family farm. Now, some of you are already supporting Atiku, who, according to Obasanjo in his book, My Watch, wrote that what Atiku stole from Nigeria could feed 300 million Nigerians in 400 years. Do you know what it means to feed 300 million Nigerians in 1 year? But Atiku was, he was looting, Atiku looting, when Obasanjo was busy traveling all over the world when he was president. That same person that has made us poorer. It's not what you call articulating because you want to choose between two evils of APC and PDP. When you know that they are all the same, crossing and crisscrossing from their political parties, are they not the same? What is the difference? Between 6 and half a dozen. Hell no. No. The greatest problem with Nigeria now is the Nigerian youths. Buhari called you lazy. You have to prove yourself this time around that you're not lazy. Because some of you have started shouting and junketing, shouting for peace meals. The name of Atiku. Do you know what you want? You don't know what you want. You will realize yourself if you don't vote wisely this time around. There might be no other chance. Buhari pulled $1 billion from our treasury to buy ammunition for you. But Boko Haram is still killing you because you lack good ammunition and communication gadgets. That was the same way Jonathan Goodluck pulled $2.1 billion for the same purpose. They play politics with your blood. They play politics with our lives. And we are dying daily. And you take your anger, you transfer your anger on innocent Nigerians on the street. Before the over 100 Nigerian soldiers were killed, I received a message on my phone from somebody living in Maiduguri. From the tone of the message, I perceived that it's a Nigerian soldier that might have been watching my videos. In the message, he wrote that Nigerian soldiers have been killed daily. They are there at the mortuary of the military hospital in Maiduguri. In his message, he said that in the evening or in the night, they used to buy caskets from Republic of Chad, and they cover them at night, and they bring them into Nigeria, men from Nigerian soldiers that have died. And the government lies to their families that the soldiers are doing well. The same soldiers and police officers who should be working with Nigerians to vote a better government are busy oppressing Nigerians, preventing them from voting and supervising the rigging of our elections. What a pity. Where is it written in the Nigerian constitution that you have the right to slap or to whip fellow Nigerians with koboko? You tell a fellow Nigerian to enter into a gutter and to sleep, to lie down in the mud, or to do frog jump or other punishment on the street. But you hold umbrella for a Chinese contractor under the sun. What a shame. Just because you carry guns? Just because you wear uniforms? These uniforms are sold in the market, in open markets, in free military shops in developed countries. This is fashion. We saw the video of Nigerian soldiers that were beating a Nigerian that was physically handicapped from his wheelchair. Beating because he was putting on camouflage trousers. Threw away his wheelchair. Where is your heart? Where is your training? How do they train you? They train you with violence? It's not done. But we must appreciate the role that the Nigerian army played on that particular issue, because they disciplined the soldiers. The system must change. You never see anything as horrible as that overseas. Never. You are so unfriendly that even Nigerians are afraid to give you information, so that you do not twist the information against them. Sometimes you even reveal the source of your information. No. All over the world, information is fundamental to security. When a citizen is arrested in developed countries, the police officers protect the head of the suspect when entering into a police vehicle. As for you, no. You will push your hands into our trousers and drag us, kick us, slap, cock your gun at Nigerians. You force Nigerians to write statements against themselves. You force the Nigerians to give you their private mobile phones because you want to scrutinize their messages. Who gave you that right? Who gave you that right? It's unconstitutional. It's wrong. It's not done anywhere in the world. Are you different? You will twist allegations and push us into the cell and force us to write false statements. All of these are to cause confusion and instill fear into us, so that we will pay money when you quote the amount that we must pay to regain our freedom. You even collect money from a suspect and still take him to court to try his luck. Yet you paste on the wall, bail is free. Such monies you receive are cost monies that attracts tragedy. Some of such monies are borrowed and given to you in tears. You treat Nigerians like second-class citizens, just like the time of slave trade. Many Nigerians are in the police cell today without being taken to court because there is no justice in the land. Many are under wrongful detention. The British built the Kirikiri prison in 1955 to accommodate 1,056 inmates. But as at March 2018, more than 5,000 inmates are in those prisons, and about 3,000 of them are awaiting trial. Why? Because of police harassment and unlawful detention. You protect your oppressors and oppress your friends. You have beaten some of us to death in the cell, but lied that we slumped and died. INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu announced that 300 foreigners were arrested when they tried to register for our PVC, Permanent Voters Card. Where are those people today? Where are the 300 persons today? They are nowhere to be found. Why? Because you have collected bribe and set them free. But you oppress your people and protect your oppressors. Remember that you will retire one day from that job, but you will not take that gun home with you. And when you look back at what you are doing to your fellow Nigerians today, you will begin to regret. But by then, you will not be able to correct the situation because it will be too late. And the same politicians you protect now will equally delay your pension. No! This system must change. Today, the government of Buhari is reintegrating Boko Haram terrorists into our country that they surrendered. How? Without rehabilitating the victims of Boko Haram, yet they are prosecuting IPOB members as terrorists. What an irony. Instead of using the ex-terrorists to get information that will lead to the grinding of the existing terrorists into ashes within 2 weeks. If not that they play politics with Boko Haram and herdsmen, a president that has military training, that knows the nitty-gritty of militarism, should be able to grind Boko Haram by air under 60 days. What is this Boko Haram they're talking about? Boko Haram will never stop in Nigeria unless some politicians go to prison because it's business for them. Buhari has paid for military equipment that will be delivered by the United States of America in 2020 just because he wanted to visit Donald Trump and give Nigerians the impression that he's a popular leader among world leaders. How many more Nigerians will have died before 2020? Our people are dying daily, yet we are not fighting a war. So what would have happened if we are fighting a war? Look at Nigerian state governors. State governors pocket monthly allocations meant for security votes. That money is supposed to make your life and your work easy. The security money governors steal monthly could install surveillance cameras in every street in Nigeria. Establish observation rooms that will support intelligence gathering and offer employment opportunities to many Nigerians. Such security votes could buy you more vehicles and more equipment to make your job easy. But you don't ask questions. Anytime you oppress, beat, shoot at any innocent unarmed Nigerian because you are wearing a uniform or carrying a gun, you are not a professional. You are a criminal. You protect your oppressors and oppressed Nigerians who are supposed to be your friends. No. The politicians you protect, they attach to themselves, many of you, as escorts. You guard their empty houses in the villages and in the city while your colleagues are escorting them in state capitals and Abuja. You will escort their wives to the marketplaces in the name of First Lady. When your wife is suffering, selling firewood in the barracks just to support your salary. Don't you know that if you report the money that the politicians are carrying about, that you are escorting them to carry about, if you report them to EFCC, don't you know that you will receive 5% out of it? Whistleblowing. I thought you were smart. We are equally sad that the former Chief of Defense Staff, Alex Bade, was killed. That is the same way that other Nigerians have been killed, because there is no government. The insecurity affects everybody, whether you are low or you are high. But the truth must be told. Alex Bade contributed to the insecurity in Nigeria because he looted from the Nigerian Air Force money that was meant to have equipped the Nigerian Air Force. He died, but he stole. During the last primary elections of APC in Lagos State, thugs were pursuing, harassing, and preventing the supporters of Ambode from voting just because their godfather, Ahmed Tinubu, was not supporting Ambode. And the police were just there, watching and doing nothing. You watched this and supervised the disenfranchisement of the same Nigerians you are supposed to protect. Is the money the Tinubus gave to you not finished by now? What right has Tinubu and his thugs to prevent Nigerians from voting their choice candidates? Tinubu was among those Nigerians that formed NADECO in those days to promote democracy in Nigeria in the days of dictator Abacha. Now look at what the same Tinubu is doing today. A dictator under democracy in the name of Godfather. Now his wife can go to the Senate for as long as she wants, whether the people like it or not, because the people are stupid. Some politicians have put their states in their pockets from the same money which they stole from the people. And the people are just there looking stupidly and calling them leaders. Leaders. I am loyal. Stupid loyalty. Before you begin to ask what right I have to speak, ask yourself and your godly conscience if what you are hearing now is true or not. The day we get a true leader in Nigeria through your cooperation is the day that Nigeria will repair itself. Nigerian soldiers, police, navy, air force must begin to see themselves as one of us. SARS must face robbers instead of treating harmless Nigerians like robbers. You must end the oppression of Nigerians and wake up to your constitutional duties. You are not zombies. You are the conscience of our great country. Nigerians deserve respect and will respect you as security officers. But respect is dangerous if it is based on fear. Together we must arise for nation building. Africa is waiting for us to be wise. You carry the security badge of our country. You are the standard bearers we ought to be proud of. You are part of our national image and heritage. Politicians will come and go, but your duty will remain. The duty to secure each and every one of us, not to molest us and extort money from us with the instrumentality of gun and bullets. You are authority bearers. Give Nigerians the opportunity to honor you because you are not zombies. Our security officers must say no to vote buying, no to insecurity, no to disenfranchisement, no to godfatherism, no to corruption, no to rigging, no to the disenfranchisement and intimidation of Nigerians during and outside election periods. We win. You win. Are we asking for too much? Many soldiers and police officers have been caught robbery in robbery. They put their uniform and they use their gun to rob from the same people they are supposed to protect. There are cases like that. Here we don't just talk because we want to talk, we also act. From 2019, we are going to do a campaign called War Against Torture. war against torture of Nigerians. This torture must stop. If you are a Nigerian that has been molested or brutalized by any Nigerian security agency, or you know of a victim, you will just send us videos and the relevant documents. We shall be collecting these documents for special projects locally and internationally. If the government of Nigeria continue to encourage the torture of Nigerians by security forces, then we can also embarrass them in our own way. The job of security agencies is to serve and to protect, not to brutalize, kill, or extort money from Nigerians. We call on the Inspector General of Police and the Army Chief to watch the following video and photo and to tell Nigerians if they were the ones that gave permissions to these security officers to practice this madness against Nigerians.
An officer.
We're gonna find something tied this to.
How can you shot an officer?
Let them tie the leg.
How does it go come to end? I don't let talk this one every day.
That's what you said. That's what you said. Okay. 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 That's what you said. Okay. That's what you said. That's what you said. Okay. Okay, my baby. Carry this way. Come on. My baby, no, they go. Okay, I beg now. That's what you said. Okay, I beg you. I beg my baby. Carry this boy. Carry this boy. Carry this boy. Oh God! Not to carry this boy, yo.
Don't put this guy leg. No.
Now our passenger. Is there no, that is one.
Now your own. My passenger.
That's what you said. My passenger. Carry the boy, come out to driver. Hey! You see him now, you see him.
I think he don't go that side, go stay.
He don't go.
You see him now.
We don't see everybody. We don't break. See
him there.
Your time for your own.
He shoot passengers, say wetin happen. They shoot passengers, say wetin happen. Every time I go, they beg on a since na no one hear. They beg on a since na no one hear.
Now so they shoot to pay for Wimpy. Because of 15 naira they shoot that one for Wimpy.
That's the officer that shot the boy. That's the officer that shot the boy. That's the officer that shot the boy there. Now him be that. See the boy leg.
He's a bastard.
Put your leg. Bastard. Now, Dengue. Shut your eyeball. Shut your eyeball. Shut your eyeball. Shut your eyeball. Are you mad? Shut your eyeball. Pump your jaw. Pump your jaw. Pump your jaw. Pump your jaw. Pump.